Ready to pass the California Basic Education Skills Test or CBEST with confidence and maybe even enjoy the process? Welcome to the Everything Teacher channel. I'm Amy, a test prep expert here at study.com. In this video, I'm sharing my top 10 tips for mastering the CBEST, covering everything you need to know for what to study, how to manage your time, and successful test-taking strategies. Whether you're just getting started or coming back for a retake, these tips will help you walk into test day feeling focused, prepared, and self-assured. With the right prep and the right mindset, you've got this. Ready to get started? Great. Let's dive in. Tip number 1 is all about getting the lay of the land. Know the test coverage and skill factors. Before you begin your test preparation, it's important to understand exactly what the CBEST covers. The test is split into 3 sections: reading, mathematics, and writing. The reading section includes 50 multiple choice questions that assess your ability to understand, evaluate, and analyze written passages. Think comprehension and critical reasoning. The math section also has 50 multiple choice questions covering basic math skills like computation, estimation, problem solving, and interpreting graphs or data. Last is the writing section, where you'll write 2 essays, one personal or expressive, and one analytical or referential. This part tests your ability to communicate clearly and effectively in writing. Each section focuses on specific skill factors like analytical thinking, efficient calculation, and coherent written expression. Understanding these skill factors isn't just helpful, it's your roadmap. It tells you where to focus, what to practice, and how to plan your prep time efficiently. By knowing exactly what's ahead, you'll set yourself up for a more focused and confident test day experience. I've got tips for every CBEST subject, and tip number 2 is specifically a strategy for the reading section. The CBEST reading section is all about interpreting information from passages, whether it's a paragraph, article, or report. There's no other good way to prepare but to sharpen your skills with reading selections. One of the best ways to prepare for this section is to practice analyzing different types of reading selections. Read news articles, academic essays, and opinion pieces regularly. As you read, focus on identifying main ideas, supporting details, and the author's intent. This practice not only improves your comprehension, but also boosts your ability to quickly interpret information under time constraints. Building familiarity with various writing styles will also enhance your ability to answer questions accurately and with certainty come test day. Moving on to a concentration in the mathematics section. Tip number 3 is how to master math without a calculator. One thing to remember about the CBEST mathematics section is that you won't be able to use a calculator. That means you need to be comfortable with basic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, as well as more complex word problems. The key to mastering this is practice. Solve word problems, convert percentages, and work with fractions all without digital assistance. The more you practice, the more fluent you will become with mental math, allowing you to move swiftly and confidently through the questions. Developing a quick recall of multiplication tables and common conversions will also give you a significant advantage. Let's move on to some tips that will assist you in the writing portion, which contains 2 essay prompts. Tip number 4 is to get comfortable writing without digital aids. On the CBEST, you won't have access to grammar or spell check tools. The only tools available are word count, undo, redo, copy, paste, and cut. To prepare, practice writing essays without relying on digital aids. This will make you more mindful of your grammar, spelling, and structure, ultimately leading to cleaner, more polished writing on test day. Practicing under these conditions builds the habit of self-checking, which is crucial for exam success. When it's time to write an expressive aim essay, the FRAME method is a great resource to utilize, which brings up tip number 5. Focus, reflect, arrange, make it personal, and edit, as well as revise your essay. First, focus on the prompt by understanding the purpose and key requirements. Next, reflect and brainstorm your main ideas and supporting points. Once you have your ideas, arrange the thoughts into a structured introduction, body, and conclusion. Then, make it personal and engaging by using vivid language and relatable examples. Finally, edit and revise to check for clarity, coherence, and grammatical accuracy. Following this method ensures that your essay is structured, expressive, and impactful. Practicing the frame method consistently will make it second nature on test day. While we are focused on the essay section, let's talk about the referential aim essay. The key to successful essay writing is to stay clear, focused, and well organized. Tip number 6 centers on planning out relevant, clear response points to produce a well-rounded essay. Start by carefully reading the prompt to identify exactly what it's asking. Understand the main idea or issue you're being asked to respond to and think critically about your position or interpretation. As you plan your essay, aim to present a clear thesis or controlling idea early on. Support this with well-developed body paragraphs that draw from relevant facts, examples, or logical reasoning. Be sure each paragraph builds on the previous one and contributes directly to your main point. Use strong transitions to guide your reader through your argument. Avoid simply listing points. Make sure your ideas flow naturally and are connected in a way that strengthens your overall message. Throughout your writing, always refer to the prompt and stay on track to make sure everything you're saying is relevant. End with a conclusion that reinforces your key ideas and gives your response a sense of closure. Practicing this kind of structured, intentional writing will help you stay confident and on topic during the actual test. One of the biggest challenges of the CBEST exam is understanding what questions they're truly asking. This brings us to tip number 7, read and understand key action words. In every section, reading, mathematics, and writing, the questions often contain key action words that signal the type of response required. Words like analyze, summarize, compare, justify, and interpret indicate specific types of thinking. For example, analyze means to break down the components and explain their relationships, while summarize means to provide a brief overview of main points. Mastering the interpretation of these key words helps you identify exactly what the question demands, making it easier to eliminate incorrect options. Work on recognizing these terms with sample questions to build your understanding and speed during the exam. When it comes to taking the exam, time plays a significant role in your performance. This brings me to tip number 8. Perfect your pacing and timing. Pacing is everything when it comes to the CBEST. For the reading and mathematics section, aim to spend an average about 2 minutes per question. This will give you enough time to finish the section and still have around 20 minutes for review. For the writing section, aim to spend 35 minutes per essay prompt. Divide your time wisely. Spend the first 5 minutes understanding the prompt, the next 5 minutes outlining your response, 20 minutes writing, and the last 5 minutes proofreading. Following this structure allows you to stay on track without feeling rushed. Practicing pacing during mock exams will help you build a natural rhythm that can carry you into the real test. As you approach the end of each test section, it's tempting to sit back and relax, but those final minutes can make all the difference. Tip number 9 is to use your time strategically and efficiently to check over your work. Start by reviewing any flagged questions, especially the ones you were unsure about. Don't second guess every response, but do look for careless mistakes like misreading a question, overlooking a keyword like not, or making a simple math error. For multiple choice questions, quickly scan your answers to ensure you didn't accidentally skip a question or misclick the wrong option. If you have time, reread any longer passages to make sure your answers still make sense in context. For the writing section, use your remaining time to check for grammar, clarity, and organization. Read your essay quietly aloud to yourself. This helps you catch any awkward phrasing or missing words you might not notice otherwise. Efficient review isn't just about changing every answer, it's about catching small errors that could cost you easy points. Even a few extra minutes of smart reviewing can boost your score and your confidence. My 10th tip is probably the best way to prepare for the CBEST. It's to practice as much as you can, specifically under real test conditions. When you practice, simulate the actual testing experience as closely as possible by timing each section, minimizing distractions, and using only the tools allowed on test day. Take a full-length practice test in a quiet space and stick to the same time limits you'll face on the real exam. This helps you build test day stamina, manage pacing, and reduce anxiety. You'll also learn how long you can reasonably spend on each question without falling behind. When you practice in realistic testing conditions, you're not just reviewing content, you're training your focus, timing, and mental endurance. Your future self will thank you for this. When the test day arrives, you'll already know what it feels like to sit for an extended period, manage your time wisely, and keep calm under pressure. It's not just about what you study, it's about how you prepare. Simulating the testing environment gives you a powerful edge. There you have it, my top 10 tips for the CBEST. With the right strategies, wise study habits, and effective time management, you're well on your way to passing with confidence. If you're looking for even more support to understand the content and structure of the exam, check out study.com's CBEST Test Prep course. The course is packed with comprehensive video lessons, practice questions, and full-length practice tests that mirror the real exam, making it one of the best ways to solidify your knowledge and boost your assurance on passing the exam. If you found those tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on strategies and study tips. Remember, every bit of preparation gets you one step closer to the classroom. Good luck. You've got this.